Hi everyone, this is Dr. Serge. Good evening. I hope you had a good weekend. So today I wanted to go over one fact that seems to me seems to be the main common factor when it comes to chronic health issues. First of all, let me give you a story. Is One of my patients years ago, she came to me and she really went to all the best doctors in this country. She had a lot of GI issues. She saw actually 36 doctors all over the country. And she spent a good $80,000, she said, over a few years to have all those tests done and try to figure out what was wrong with her. And nobody really could figure out. Every time they would do something, everything was fine. Everything was okay. The test came back negative. So she had GI problems, gas, bloating, diarrhea, cramping, spasm, but everything that they would do would come back negative. So when she came to me, of course, she was desperate. She spent a lot of money, a lot of time traveling. She was referred to us by one of her friends, and within 5-10 minutes, actually, we figured out what was wrong with her. And in her case, she had some parasite infestations in the small bowel. Okay, this is one of the things that medical doctors don't really look for. Is this, first of all, they don't really look at parasites. They don't really think about parasites. They believe that if you have not been out of the country, you're fine, so you don't have parasites. And then when you do parasite tests, like stool tests, they don't really look for the right parasites. There's hundreds of different parasites, as you can imagine. And when you do a stool test, they maybe look at 3 or 4 or 5 types. So the test is really biased in a way that you kind of need to know what to look for in order for the technician to do the test. So if you suspect they have like tapeworm, okay, we're going to look for tapeworm. Okay. So with this mentality, of course, you're missing all those different parasites that could be a problem. So, and that's what happened with her. She did stool tests over and over and over, like many times. It always came back negative because they were looking for a few and they were not looking for the right parasites. And then, second of all, they don't really think about parasite in their small bowel. There's no test for that. So when you do a stool test, it's for the large intestine, right? It's not for the small bowel. But 90% of parasites actually live or located in the upper GI, in the small bowel, in the liver, your bladder. And there's no really specific test for that. So people with GI issues, they are missing. Medical doctors are missing a lot. And that's typically what I see when people come in with GI problems. They've done everything is fine. They have chronic problem, inflammation, like Crohn's disease, IBS, colitis. It is, at the end of the day, a parasitic infestation. And medical doctors don't think about that. They give typically people some medications, do some shots of prednisone, some steroid, and try to control the inflammation. But you need to figure out why people have inflammation. Okay, why is the inflammation in the gut? And it boils down to parasite issues. So if you have chronic issues, I can guarantee you that there's some parasite factor involved into your conditions. 99.9% of the time, this is where we start with people, is we do a parasite cleanse. Okay, and people tell me all the time, oh, I've done a parasite cleanse before, I've done it 2 or 3 months and nothing came out, I didn't feel any difference. Yes, most likely we didn't do the right one for you. I have one patient actually who came to me, and he did parasite cleanse in the past before he came to me. He suspected that he had parasites. Okay, he had eczema, he had bloating and gas, and based on what he researched, okay, fair deduction. So he had parasites. He did all the different cleanses, and nothing changed for him. And he saw nothing. So when he came to me, he was a bit discouraged and a bit pessimistic when I told him it's parasite. We're going to do a parasite cleanse because he's been there before, but he didn't do the way I do it. So it's not just parasite detox we need to do. We need to address heavy metal detox. Metals are magnets for parasites and yeast, for example. So if you don't address metals, you don't really get rid of parasites. So when we started doing a heavy metal detox and a parasite detox together, he started, believe it or not, to see worms coming out of his stool, actually big, 4, 5, 6 inches long. So this is what we need to do with parasites, not just taking herbs. Most likely just taking herbs for parasite won't work. So you have to look at other factors like heavy metals, pesticides, candida, yeast, all those are factors. So I hope it makes sense. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can write a comment below. Thank you for watching. God bless.